Hey, this is Tim, the record store clerk, and I'm hosting this month's TESD Tidbits. Up first, some deemed too raw for regular TESD content.
Welcome to the premiere episode of Rock and Roll All Night and Podcast Every Day, a show devoted to reviewing every Kiss album chronologically, as well as every song. My name is Walt Flanagan, and I am a lifelong Kiss fan and multi-winner of the coveted Purveyor Award on the cult podcast Purveyors, Posers, and Playlists. Joining me are my co-hosts, Sunday Jeff, also a lifelong Kiss fan and owner of over 50,000 songs and multiple iPods. Welcome, Sunday Jeff.
Thank you. Glad to be here. And a lot of the Kiss songs are on that podcast.
I imagine quite a bit of those songs are Kiss songs.
Just about all the albums.
When did OCD become a badge of honor? Where I was like, I need every song in the world.
Joining me as well is Tim, the record store clerk. His musical knowledge has put him in the conversation of being called an expert. His position as frontman for the Ribeye Brothers makes his opinions possibly definitive when it comes to all things music. Welcome, Tim.
Thank you.
Well, that's a fucking killer fucking intro, right?
It is. I'm going to die of embarrassment before the first episode starts.
Well, I thought it would be from the mask, not from the intro.
No, the intro did it. Intro's a dagger.
Likes me.
Shucks.
And of course, Brian Johnson. His rock and roll lifestyle and rebel attitude makes his opinions mean possibly more than both Sunday and Tim's combined.
Ooh, I like that.
Sounds just like Peter and Ace in the band already. Pretty much right on the button.
Tommy Thayer's outside.
I'm Walt Flanagan, and I am a proud member of the Knights in Satan's Service. Joined always by Sunday Jeff.
What's up?
Your legend grows every day, as I have heard through the grapevine that a 5th, 6th, and 7th iPod is now needed to secure all your song selections.
Yeah, 3 of them don't work, but yes, you're right. We're getting there.
Also at the table, Tim, the record store clerk.
Hello.
The brooding album store employee with both exquisite tastes and takes on all thing music.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, champ.
Yeah. I don't really give a shit about Kiss.
That's why you're brooding.
I'm brooding.
It's the return of the Ultimate Purveyor, the tournament.
That's what we're looking for. And we have Tim here, of course.
Yes.
He is the final word in who the purveyor is going to be today. And
Tim, the record store clerk. Did you give him his full name?
Yes, actually, I changed it legally the last time, so it was good. My wife's not too happy about it. Oh, Mr. and Mrs. the record clerk, how are you today? Table for 2, right by the garbage cans.
Sorry to interrupt you, but just to give some updated scores in terms of who's still alive in the tournament before we announce who is playing tonight. These are the people who are still alive and are still in the running to win the Ultimate Purveyor big giant trophy. Frank 5.
All right, so now as we know, last month I took it on the chin, but tonight I got a lot of fire in my belly to win this one. So let's listen to see who is the Prince of Hell.
welcome back to another episode of Purveyors, Posers, and Playlists. This is Purveyor, Bry, with Poser Walt. And
Playlist
fellow purveyor Tim, record store.
Yeah, I will say that automatically being the record store clerk, you are automatically a purveyor.
Thany you.
I'm trying to get a good side. I think last episode
You win.
I think last episode I got under your skin. I'm trying now. I'm gonna.
You did not get
I'm
under my
gonna
skin.
play a little bit.
No. I like it. It was a pitched battle.
I got a gift for you out in the car too. We'll talk about it later.
In fact, just take my car. I don't need it. Who needs cars?
I liked it. You
Listeners told me that
it was a spirited defense.
I have to treat the record store clerk nicer. I think just like you would. Don't be disrespecting the record store clerk, they said.
He's like the John McEnroe podcast over here.
So I'm going to be a much nicer, kinder person to the record store clerk because I think you catch more flies with honey than vinegar.
Mm-hmm. Or shitty Baha Men songs. I actually catch more flies, with with Baha Men songs. So this time we're going to talk about the hottest music podcast on Patreon, on our Patreon anyway, right? And we're back with what are we going to do this time, Walt?
Well, we're going to do our favorite music videos, and since we're doing music videos, that's why we're filming this particular episode. So,
Visual component. God damn, we're good. We are good.
And
a sweet prize.
for the first time ever since there's visual,
drink it in.
we've decided to put a visual prize to this. So there's something to play for, and it's going to be right there, front and center, the entire match, tantalizingly within our grasps. But only Tim can decide who's going to get it.
Yeah, I've won a few. What would you call it? Not a statue. What do you call it? Like a
Trophy?
Trophy, yeah. Won a few trophies in my day, none which have the word sort of wrap around the side because someone's like,
This was purchased
shit.
at 3:30 this afternoon, and I quickly had to put a little Purveyors music videos signage on the bottom there. But this will be cherished by whoever wins it. I guarantee it.
I think we know who's going to win it.
Oh, you know what? I'm not going that route. I'm taking a different tact tonight.
Really?
Yeah. And moving forward, got a lot of feedback on the previous episodes, and people say I'm too intense, bordering on being an asshole. That's the exact word. So I'm going to go with a bit more subdued.
But that's what this whole
defense,
thing's about.
and I'm not going to be as aggressive.
If somebody said that about me, I'd have it engraved on my tombstone immediately. So when I got buried,
And I'm going to try a
too
different
intense.
way.
is,
Bordering on asshole.
Yeah, ... bordering on asshole.
I'm going to win or lose like a gentleman tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
You're saying that now?
I'm saying that now. I'm going to try to
Really?
stick
So
to
you're
it.
not going to eat?
But it's
Okay.
been put to the test, though, because earlier this evening, before you guys got here, I went to grab a quick bite, and I'm walking down the street, and in my head, I'm going over my defense and all my stuff for Purveyors Posers tonight.
Right.
And I hear, Dad, and my daughter, who was in Red Bank with her friends, is walking down the street, and I'm so locked into what I got to go in tonight. I must have looked like a mental patient to her friends because I didn't acknowledge that they were even walked by me. And they're like, "What's the matter with you, Dad? What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Oh, I didn't even know. Sorry, Alicia, I didn't know it was you." I said, "I'm so lost in thought that I didn't even hear my own kid talking to me."
You know me, intense, bordering on asshole. That whole thing.
So I mean,
It's on the back of your baseball card.
so that tells you that even though I'm like trying a different tack tonight with the gentlemanly route, I'm still want to win, though, and I'm still doing homework even as I'm walking down the street. I'm going over how I'm going to defend or attack.
But in a nice way.
I'm going to try it in a different way tonight. I'm going to try to win this thing like a gentleman. The Lady Bing in hockey.
What the hell? Roper appreciated that. Me and Tim are like,
I don't know what the hell that means. Yeah.
That goes to the most gentlemanly hockey player at the end of the year, the Lady Bing.
Really?
that sounds awfully effeminate. Like, is that
Yeah,
why? Is that why?
No, it's not why. It was probably somebody who donated a hell of a lot of money to
Hockey's
the
a
NHL.
weird sport.
Lady Bing.
All right, so who would you like to see go first?
Doesn't matter. Who wants to go first? Who won last time?
Well, I mean, we both won because it was the double
Right.
match between
I
Mike
remember
and
we
me.
crushed them.
And before that,
Muffin.
it was a Satan song, so I won. So I'm on a 3 winning
Well,
streak.
you would like to go first or pass?
I'm gonna let Bri go first because
Okay.
I'm a gentleman.
Look at that. And I'm like, how pleased would you be if you were Gene or Paul and they're like, hey, here's your album cover? I'd be like,
Oh my god!
Oh, I'm not saying it's not. I mean, it is a great album cover. I have
So
no qualms with the album cover. It's not my favorite album cover.
Do you think the Ramones' breaths were taken away when they got the photograph for that?
We're beating, boys. They got the number
Come
one
on,
cover
man,
now.
they were just like, oh, all right, looks cool.
It's an album cover.
But
That's
when
us.
Kiss got that fucking painting, they had to know, like,
Pretty bad looking cover, though.
what, this?
and he's got a belly shirt on.
This is like, what are we going to do? We only have fucking $5.
I like the Ramones, too, so.
I know, I'm not saying that has nothing to do with the music. I'm talking about as an artistic.
I do. I like the Kiss cover better than the Ramones cover. I will agree with you.
And I'm not saying I don't like the Kiss album cover, but I'm just saying it's not the greatest thing since fucking sliced bread, like you're saying.
It definitely is. It is the most fucking brilliant piece of art ever put on an album cover. It belongs up there with the Mona Lisa. It should throw the Mona Lisa out.
He didn't even get paid to do it. You know that, right?
What? You have another tidbit? You have more information?
Yes. Can you believe it?
Mr. Tidbit over
Fantasy
here.
artist Ken Kelly did the cover art for Destroyer. He agreed to create the album art, but only after he could see the band play live so he can get inspired. Yep.
What is that?
So what does that mean? You didn't get paid?
He didn't get paid. He didn't get paid. He got he got paid to do Love Gun.
But why didn't he take a paycheck for that?
I mean, what you said doesn't say he didn't get paid.
He agreed to do the album cover. That's what I said. The regular,
Yeah, he
No,
agreed
where
to
do
do it, but like, hey, I'll do it. Where's my fucking check?
But where do you get from that statement? Where do you go from in
I
your
read
logic
later
where
on
you
later
talk
that
like,
he
hey,
did
you
not
didn't get paid to do
he
that?
didn't get paid to do it, but he got paid to do Love Gun. He got paid to do Love Gun.
Well, I can't imagine that's true.
But the words that you just said, nothing indicates that he did not get paid.
Well,
Can you read that again?
it said fantasy artist Ken Kelly did the cover art for Destroyer. He agreed to create the album art, but only if he could see the band play live so he could get
He
inspired.
took the job when he figured out what the band was about.
He later said performance he watched blew him away. Kelly would go on to do the cover of 1977's Love Gun as well. The record label rejected Ken Kelly's first
Then he definitely
version
got paid.
of the album cover because they felt the scene was too violent because of the rubble and flames. It also had the bands wearing their alive costumes, which isn't true because it's not really their alive costume.
Well, then they did the Resurrected Destroyer. They
Yeah.
do put the alive.
He got paid to do that cover.
But wait a minute. I'm not even. I'm concerned about you, because I don't know why you read that statement and then in your mind you were like, he didn't get paid to
I
do
could've
it. At
sworn I
what
read
point?
that someplace. Maybe I read that with the Love
At what
Gun.
point did he said he didn't get paid?
Maybe I read that with the Love Gun.
Were you assuming that he got a concert, like a seat for it? For, like he's like, at least let me see the concert.
Well, I mean,
He
have
was
you
some
ever heard of Ken
12-year-old
Kelly
who was
before
like,
this?
Hey, if you want to do this,
Yeah, he's a fantasy
Yeah,
artist.
we'll give you.
He was a big guy.
give you a
Boris
concert
Vallejo.
ticket.
Similar.
Frank Frazetta type.
Yeah, very
Kind
Frank
of.
Frazetta looking.
Yeah.
Now, Bride, when you in that statement, do you take from that Ken didn't get paid, didn't get a paycheck from that?
No, I would think that he got paid and was like, hey, as long as I'm doing this painting, can I see the band? That's what I would have assumed.
Yes.
Yeah. Why would he come back for Love Gun if he was like, you know what?
Because
I
he got paid.
Oh, you don't like this version? I'll do another version since you're fucking
He got
paying me.
paid $5,000 to do the Love
He's
Gun
like,
cover.
and then after I don't get paid for this, third time's a charm, so I want to book your next cover.
Do you know that to be a fact, or are you just making that up too about he got paid $5,000?
No, that's true.
That's true.
That's
Okay.
true.
Everything has to be double checked with you, I think,
really.
and triple checked.
It's like
news.
politics. You got to fact check me after this.
All right, now while Sunday's going through his booklet of
I just
information,
want to fact check myself. That's
yeah, you can go on and tell us a little bit more
Okay,
about Destroyer.
The inner sleeve, it had the lyrics to Detroit Rock City and an ad for the Kiss Army, which the Kiss Army had formed, I think, the year before this. Bullshit. Here.
Were you in the Kiss Army, Tim?
No, I was not.
You didn't join, huh?
No,
My mom won't let me join.
I got drafted.
She wouldn't
but
let
I
you
didn't
join?
go. I went to
No.
Canada.
That's shocking.
Yeah, she thought that they would just cash the check and never send me anything. They're rock. She was a little suspicious of the rock and roll guys.
Rock and roll or in general, like that seems like something you would be a little reserved and like.
Well, I think I
Like
got
you're
it from
always
my
like
mom.
you're gonna get ripped off.
Yeah, my mom was like, I'm not writing them a check. They'll cash it and never send you anything.
Yeah, we had so many magic beans my mom bought when I was young.
So they still going through his
I read
notes.
it in here. I'm telling you, I read it. I read it in here. Keep finding some more facts. I read it.
The
I
OJ
guarantee
legal
it.
documents were fewer.
That's right. Recess, Your Honor?
Yes.
Counsel requests a recess, Your Honor.
Denied. It went gold in about a month,
Wow, that's crazy.
and it hit number 11 in the U.S., and it's a double platinum.
Double platinum.
The singles from it, Shout It Out Loud, back with Sweet Pain, which went to number 31, which was the first number one record they had in Canada. Flaming Youth and God of Thunder were the second single. And the third single was Detroit Rock City with Beth on the B-side, which did nothing on its release, but it was reversed, and Beth was the A-side, and it went to number 7.
Thank you, Peter.
The highest charting Kiss song ever.
Yeah.
Would be Beth, right?
As far as I know, so far.
Okay.
Ezrin had a name. He was like a big producer at the time, and they actually had some money, and they had some juice because Alive was such a big record. And Paul said that working with Ezrin was like boot camp, but they were a much better band for working with him. It also brought in other players on it. Dick Wagner, who was in Alice Cooper's band, added this additional guitar on Sweet Pain,